I got a big day tomorrow. I'm doing the goddamn comedy jam. Again, Josh Adam Myers. And as you guys know, I always go down there and whatever drummer, you do a little bit of stand-up and then you jam with the band. And I always, whatever drummer I'm imitating, I always dress up like him because, I want to keep it. It's got to be a goof if I'm going to do it, I couldn't just sit down, Bill Burr, behind a fucking... I'd look like a jerk-off. But if I dress up like an idiot, then he can laugh at me and then I can play drums and everybody has a good time. And there's no tension there. There's nobody sitting in the crowd going, wait a minute, does he actually think that he can also do this as a profession? No, I don't. I'm just having a good time. So anyways, I'm not going to tell you the drummer I'm dressing up as because that's always supposed to be a surprise for the people who come to the show. So anyways, so I'm trying on the costume tonight, right? And I put the wig on and I got the fucking sunglasses, the jacket and the T-shirt and all that shit, right? And I come downstairs to show Nia. And as I'm going down there, right, my dog, Cleo, is in the bedroom with her and the door is closed. And I'm like, what if my fucking pit bull doesn't recognize me? What's going to happen, right? And I fucking open the door. I'm like, hey, Nia. And my dog just goes, whoa, 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 fucking launches herself at the fucking door. And I close the door and I'm going, Cleo. And I'm not taking off the wig because I'm thinking like, she'll smell me, right? How does this work? I'm actually doing an experiment behind this brand new door that I just fucking had put in that cost me a fucking fortune downstairs, right? So I'm going, Cleo, it's me. Relax, okay? Relax. And she stops barking. Then I opened it up again, and she just goes, bah, flipping the fuck out. And I finally had to take off the wig and the sunglasses. But, dude, she went to fuck this mode. And when pit bulls go to fuck this mode, it's too late to take the wig off. So my wife had to totally fucking calm her down, and the dog was just looking at me like sideways for like 5 minutes. Almost like, don't do that to me. You don't know how close you just came. Do you understand that? You don't know how fucking close you came. Not shitting on pit bulls. I'm not shitting on pit bulls because once you get a pit bull, you actually realize how many other dogs act exactly like fucking pit bulls. They just don't have the capability. You know what I mean? It's like if some little twerp said, I'm going to fucking kill you. Do you just laugh and keep walking? That's like one of those little chihuahuas. But if a big guy said, I'm going to fucking kill you, you'd be afraid. You're like, you'd call somebody and be like, can you beat that guy up for me? That's what pit bulls are. Because there's this little cunty dog. I fucking hate this dog. There's two dogs when I walk my dog that I fucking hate. All right? There's this one little fucking dog. He lives, whatever. It's allowed to live. I'm saying he lives like he's making payments. This fucking dog lives at this house with these people that allow him to live. Although I don't know that they fucking like the dog because it's always outside. And they have one of these driveways that's like a little horseshoe, right? So you got, entrance and an exit. You can spin right around. There's probably fat people living there, right? Fat people can't back up cars. That's why, I didn't know if you know that. That's why they have the backup cameras now. It's because the fatties, when they would turn, the neck fat would stop their head and they could only look so far. And it was causing a lot of problems. So that's why they have the backup camera. It's just right there. They don't have to fucking turn around. All they got to do is move their eyes. Their big Fred Flintstone waterhead can just sit there, right? So anyways, these fatties got this dog. And what it does is when we come walking up the block, it's on one side of the driveway. And the second it sees us, it immediately runs to the other side, waiting for us to come. And it's probably like, like 20 feet between two. And it just fucking talks all this shit, all this fucking shit. And my dog just looks at it. And it's such, my dog doesn't even give a fuck. I actually react to the dog now. Like it's been bugging me. I'll take a little short step towards it. I'll growl at it. I do other shit like put my arms up, like you're supposed to do when there's a bear coming at you, which I'm sure doesn't work. Put your arms up so you look bigger. Yeah, well, when my arms are up, I don't look bigger than a bear. So, I don't see what the big fucking... If I was going to step on an ant and it fucking put 4 of its legs in the air while it stood on 2 of them, I'd be like, wow, it's a very talented ant. Smush. Right? Isn't that what the bear's going to do? I love those people with theories. What to do? What to do if you're in the water with a shark? Swim underneath it. They don't like the vulnerable underside of their bodies. Oh, is that what I'm going to do? I'm just casually swim underneath it and that thing that can swim 10 times faster than me? Do you know how good a fighter you are when you just use your mouth? Think about that. That thing's not worried about taking any sort of fucking you know. Can you imagine if you just fought with your mouth? You just fucking, you know, kind of, what if you just put your arms out like they were fins? You kept them down by your waist and you just turn your hands out like they were fins. How many bar fights do you think you'd win? All right? When was the last time you saw a bear lose in a bar fight? What if a shark could go in a bar? You think it would ever lose? Just say it could breathe, right? You gave it some sort of reverse oxygen mask. It was like full of water. You know, and you're sitting at the end of the bar, right? And your fucking lady just can't stop looking at the shark down there, right? And then you're like, well, you fucking looking at this guy all night? Were you making me a fucking jerk off? And then you went down there, you know? How many punches do you think you'd get in? He'd fucking eat it. He'd eat your goddamn hand. All right? So fuck your whole, you know, put your arms up to make yourself look bigger, curl up in a ball, play dead. You know, you only got one option. Okay? Hope you're near other humans and run near them. And hope they don't see what's chasing you and maybe they get eaten. That's the move. That's the fucking move. You never go in the woods by yourself. All right? You always want to go into the woods with somebody that can't run as fast as you and looks a lot tastier. Okay? That's called the buddy system. All right? And I don't do a lot of scuba diving, as everybody knows. I'm terrified of the ocean, but I would think that that would be the same case. Wouldn't you? Like if I was scuba diving, I'm trying to think which one of my friends looks like a seal. Joe DeRosa looks like an eel, sort of. Like an old eel, you know? It's got a little bit of a paunch. Oh, God, who else? I'm not going to start this bullshit. Whatever, I'd pick somebody. There's got to be somebody I know. Somebody I know that looks like a walrus. Although, you know, walrus can kill a polar bear. God knows we've all seen that, right? You must have seen that famous YouTube video where that polar bear just, rather than picking on a little one, he went for the Thanksgiving dinner and went for that big one. And the big one with the giant fucking teeth, it didn't even look like it got him that bad. And the polar bear it was like he got shanked and that was it. Fucking thing like walked off. I thought it was just like regrouping, like, all right, that wasn't worth it. Maybe I'll live to fight another day. And it didn't. It just kind of walked away. Only about 50 yards and just laid down, curled up in a ball, and just bled out and died. I felt really bad for it, too. It's weird how, you know, you fucking look at a polar bear just attacking walruses and you're like, it's so vicious and everything that you fucking hate the thing. But then the second you see it vulnerable, you actually kind of feel bad for it. Like, you guys ever seen that YouTube video where that pride of lions are attacking, I don't know, one of those bulls or whatever the fuck it is. And one of them gets kicked in the jaw and it breaks its jaw. And its mouth is just hanging open like, remember Roger Ebert right before he died, that fucking awful cancer he had? That's what this lion looked like, right? Just sitting there. And with his mouth open. And it was trying to play it off, but like all the other lions were eating and this thing wasn't eating. It was getting skinnier and skinnier and they're just looking at him. Like, dude, just, you know, either say it or shut your fucking mouth. They were just, and the thing just basically starved to death. And you felt bad for this thing that would have no problem just eating you alive. Actually, they don't eat you alive. They fucking go right for your throat. The worst thing is if you ever got fucking, I'd say a Komodo dragon, where they just bite you and then just fucking follow you around for 2 days and wait for you to die because the kind of bacteria that's in their mouth, once it gets in your bloodstream, you know, you're just done. 2 days and they just sort of linger around. You're just waiting. This thing's just waiting to eat you. And you're sitting there talking to it, you motherfucker. And it's just walking behind you like Jason, you know, Crystal Lake. No matter how fast you run, that fucking thing is just lumbering along behind you. I would just pick up rocks and I would stone it to death, you know? Like what, you know, I don't know, like somebody who steals an iPod in Saudi Arabia, like what they have to fucking deal with. I would treat the lizard the same fucking way. I would it's be, all right, something's eating me, but not you, motherfucker. You're not going to enjoy this meal. All right? I think I would be a delicacy out there, as pasty as I am. You know, God knows everybody likes the fucking breast meat now. That's why they inject those chickens with all the steroids. They can't even walk because they got such big fucking, you know, breastises now. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, this is the Monday Morning Podcast, everybody.